Hello everyone, good day. Thank you for checking out our YouTube channel. I am Queenie, a former international student here in Canada. In our previous video, we talked about how much it costs to study in Canada. So for today's video, I am going to share with you about the cost of living here in Canada based on our own experience. So when planning to move to Canada or into a new area or city within Canada, it is always a good idea to find out as much as you can about what it's like to live there. So if you are considering of moving to Edmonton, Alberta, hopefully through this video, we will be able to share with you some insights on how much it costs or how much money do you need to live here. The cost of living in Edmonton is an essential consideration if you are an international student who wants to study here in Alberta and you have a family moving with you. Getting accepted to a program is one thing, and being able to pay for your housing or for your living expenses while enrolled is quite another. So for today's content, we will try our best to break down some monthly costs you will face while living here, and we will talk more about the cost of living here in Edmonton. And just a disclaimer, it could be more expensive in other big cities such as Toronto and Vancouver. What we will cover for this video will include costs related to housing, groceries, transportation, utilities such as internet, electricity, and mobile, and other expenses. Okay, so before we begin with the very meat of our topic, let me give you a quick background of our household here in Canada. We are a family of 3 all working and rice lover adults based in Alberta, so that would be me working in an office environment, and my husband working as a laborer, and then my brother who works as a cook. Alright, so the first cost we will talk about is housing. For our household, we pay a monthly rent of 1,200 Canadian dollars or around 48,000 in Philippine peso for a 2-bedroom apartment outside the city center but still accessible to public transportation. What we greatly appreciate about living in an apartment is that our monthly rent includes home repair expenses, heating, waste collection, water, parking, and appliances such as electric range, refrigerator, and dishwasher. It would be a different story if you live in a house where you have to absorb all the costs for home repairs, heating, waste collection, water, snow removal, etc. The cost of housing varies according to its location and distance from the city center. Okay, so moving on, let's talk about utilities that also contribute to our monthly cost of living, which we have to pay on top of the monthly rental, which would be another $305 per month or around 12,200 in Philippine peso. As our monthly apartment rental is already inclusive of heating and water, what we are paying for our utilities would be the following. First is electricity, which is for $50 per month or around 2,000 in Philippine peso. Next is the internet or Wi-Fi. In our case, our monthly bill is $105, which is around 4,200 in Philippine peso. Another utility cost would be the home insurance, which we pay $20 per month or around 800 in Philippine peso. Our home insurance is minimal, but this amount could vary per household as it depends on many factors including property value. Then last but not the least is mobile or phone bill. In our case, we pay a monthly cost of $130 per month for the 3 of us, which does not include any phone. What we have is for talk, text, and data plan only. If you are like us who would opt for less data as we have Wi-Fi at home and only need data to access transit apps to help us get around the city, there are wallet-friendly phone companies here where you can find cheaper options. Next would be groceries or household items. This accounts for a sizable portion of the cost of living here in Edmonton. For our household of 3 working and rice is life adults, we pay a monthly grocery cost of $800 or around 32,000 in Philippine peso. This amount would already include 3 meals per day, especially na hindi po uso si carenditos, si carinderia. So we have to cook our meal and take with us to work, as it's also very expensive to order food online or through food delivery apps, lalo na limited edition na din po ang budget namin. The amount also includes takeouts or food to go, like especially when we are so busy with work and would be too tired to cook when we get home. So we buy hot meals, or for example, roasted chicken from the grocery store para kanin na lang ang lulutuin namin when we get home. In our case din po, we prefer to eat fresh meals, as we are not used to frozen and reheated food sa microwave. So we have to cook meals in the morning and in the evening. Our grocery cost also includes toiletries, cleaning supplies, drinks such as soft drinks, beer or juice, and of course, snacks. To share na din po na based on statistics, the average cost of groceries for one person in Edmonton is around $257.18 per month. Moving on, now let's talk about transportation cost. Edmonton's public transportation system is effective. Buses and light rail transit, or LRT, are run by the Edmonton Transit System, or ETS. So the Northeast, Downtown, Government Center, University, and South areas are all connected by the LRT. So for our household, we pay a monthly transportation or transportation-related cost of $650 per month, or around 26,000 in Philippine peso. And shown on your screen is the breakdown. For my husband and I, who are taking the public transit, we pay a monthly transit pass of $200 per month. It would be $100 for each of us, and that's already unlimited ride in the bus and train for the whole month. Students or families coming to Edmonton should strongly consider purchasing a monthly public transportation pass to save money when using these public transportation services. By the way, in actual at present, we pay around $135, as we were able to avail of the discounted bus pass rate for my husband as a low-income earner here in Alberta, which I will share with you in a separate video and how we applied for it. This is an excellent way to reduce your cost of living in the city. Then for my brother, who owns a vehicle, he pays around $150, or around 6,000 in Philippine peso for his gas, and another $300 for his auto insurance. For auto insurance here in Edmonton, all Edmonton residents are required to have a car insurance to legally operate a vehicle. Para po in any event of collision, you can use your insurer no matter who is at fault, and you can also sue other drivers for damages. Edmonton car insurance costs vary from driver to driver, and rates are determined using many factors, including a grade rating system, location of your residence, your age, your driving experience, your vehicle type, your driving record, and even the insurance company you use. So in our case, such as with my brother, since he just started driving this year, so the auto insurance is higher. Now let's talk about our other monthly expenses, such as laundry, which costs us $50 per month, or around 2,000 in Philippine peso, and clothing worth $75, or around 3,000 in Philippine peso. For laundry, we pay a total of $4 to wash and dry a load of laundry. And then for clothing, though we rarely buy new clothes or shoes except when needed for work, and if we would opt to buy clothes, we would always opt to buy these from thrift shops or ukay-ukay shops, where you can buy used clothing but are still looking brand new at very affordable prices. And now for our last slide, here is a table of all expenses I have covered earlier per category and its corresponding costs, which I have sorted from highest to lowest. Let me go through each one by one. For housing, we pay $1,200, or equivalent to 48,000 in Philippine peso. Then for groceries or household items, we pay $800 or 32,000 in Philippine peso. And then for transportation, we pay $650 per month or 26,000 in Philippine peso. Then next is utilities of $305 per month or equivalent to 12,200 in Philippine peso. And lastly would be other expenses, which includes laundry and clothing for $125 per month or 5,000 in Philippine peso. If we are to combine the cost of each category, it will all add up to 3,080 per month or equivalent to 123,200 in Philippine peso. So if you want to partake in the fun stuff like dining out, grabbing drinks or coffee during work week or weekends, you can probably allocate extra funds for around $80 to $125 per month for that. Alright, so based on our experience, Edmonton can be a costly place to live. So international students or families moving here must plan and prepare for the cost of living in the city, especially that it is not possible to cut costs on necessities. So with this, it is really key to learn to prioritize your expenses and manage your finances effectively. Alright, so that wraps up our topic for today's video. I hope these figures I am sharing gave you some insights on how much funds you need to prepare to finance your cost of living here in Canada, particularly here in Edmonton. And before we end this video, let me leave you with this quote: where God guides, He provides. So when God calls us in a specific direction, we can become hesitant due to limited resources. However, Isaiah 58:11 reminds us that He will always provide, especially when He sends us forth to fulfill His task. Okay, so that's all for today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and please don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for future uploads or stories of our journey here in Canada.